guys, welcome to another episode of The Toss. My name is Hector. This is Jaime behind the camera.
Hi there.
And today we're going to be cooking for you rajas poblanas, which are made with poblano peppers. I'm going to make a pasta soup with a tomato broth. It could be totally vegetarian. If you wanted to, I'm making it with chicken broth. And I'm going to make a couple of cocktails. We're going to make Kentucky mules. We're going to use some Kentucky bourbon. And for that I'm going to use, or you can use your favorite bourbon. I don't have ginger beer. However, I made a simple syrup with ginger. What I did is put 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of water to boil, and then I threw some ginger in there and I let it steep for a long time. In fact, I put it in this bottle and I left the ginger in there because I really want that ginger to come out and that spiciness of the ginger. And I have some soda water as well. So we're gonna do 1.5 ounces over a Rex or a mixed glass full of ice of bourbon. That's about 1.5 ounces, maybe 2 ounces. Who's counting? And then this is gonna give it the sweetness and the ginger flavor. We're gonna do 1/2 ounce. You can do more if you like it sweeter. And then we're gonna top this with some soda water. And of course, a lime squeeze.
Simply delicious.
And then I have a little spoon here. We're just gonna mix everything together.
We're gonna
Cheers to this drink.
Cheers.
And to be honest with you, I think making your own ginger syrup, it tastes way better than the ginger beer. Sorry, I'm spacing out. I love it. It is awesome. So give it a try and let us know how you like it. Yeah, take another sip. All right, so we're gonna get started with our soup first, because we're gonna brown the pasta. By browning the pasta, it's gonna bring the nuttiness out of the pasta. For that, I'm gonna use a large tomato, which is the equivalent of 2 tomatoes. I'm gonna use 1/2 onion, a large garlic clove, and I'm gonna use about 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. This is really gonna give texture to our broth. And then I have 4 cups of chicken broth here. This is homemade chicken broth. You can do store-bought. And I have 4 cups of water in my blender. Well, we're gonna go over here and I'm gonna get my pot going to brown my pasta. I'm gonna put it on a medium high and I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, or you can do vegetable oil, whichever one you prefer. So 2 tablespoons. And we're gonna let that come up to a temperature while we make our broth. So for our broth, we're just gonna cut our tomato in 4. I have, like I said, 4 cups of water in there already. I'm gonna put 1/2 onion, cut right in half. Then cut the ends. And just take the outer layer out, so it's dead skin. Put it right in there. Peel my garlic. See how easy that is? Just smash it with your knife, put it right in there. And now I'm gonna put my tablespoon of tomato paste. And I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of salt. And that should be enough because our chicken broth already has salt as well. So I'm just throw this in the blender until it is puree. Okay, so our broth is ready. So I'm gonna bring this over here. My oil's hot. This is 7 ounces of any type of shaped pasta. This is little stars. You can use any shape you want. You can use like little shells or whichever one you prefer. So I'm gonna throw this in here, and we have to be right by it because your pasta will burn pretty quick. So we have to make sure we like stirring this pot until the pasta comes to a brownish or reddish color, because it will burn right away if you're not. The minute you walk away, it's gonna burn. So don't walk away. This literally will take like a minute, maybe a minute and a half. And you can already smell the pasta cooking. You can get that nutty flavor to it. I don't know why it has that nutty smell to it, but it just makes it even more flavorful. This pasta soup is really good, especially for like rainy days or, you know, cold days, especially here in Chicago. We have such long winters. We enjoy soups, you know? And it's so easy to make. It takes maybe 20 minutes to be ready. See, my pasta already changed colors. It looks kind of brownish. It's got like a maybe pink or yellow, or I mean not yellow, pink or red tone to it. That's when you know your pasta's already done. We're gonna throw our tomato broth in there. And like I said, if you wanna make this vegetarian, just put 8 cups of water with your tomato, and I'm gonna add another 4 cups of chicken broth. I know a lot of people don't eat meat or meat products. And then I'm gonna throw this right in there. And you might think it's a lot of broth for such a small bag of pasta, but you have to think when it starts cooking, the pasta is gonna probably triple the size. So we're gonna let that come to a boil. And then when it's boiling, we're gonna put it down onto a simmer and let it cook. I want them to get that charred flavor to it. And I got 10 poblanos. Again, you might think it's a lot, but it's really not, because by the time you roast them, they're gonna shrink in size, you know? Then I have 2 bags over here, because after we roast them, we're gonna throw them in the bag and we're gonna let them sweat. And it takes about 2 to 3 minutes for pepper to be ready. So just watch them and keep them turning. Drink responsibly. Or that means don't drink and drive. If you plan to go out, get an Uber. Or get somebody else to drive.
You can listen to those peppers crackling.
They're popping. You know, my peppers are popping. Sorry, that was pretty good. And I don't think guys is stupid. But I'm not bashing on gay people because it's pretty obvious. I don't want people to take this the wrong way and be like, ooh, she's so inside guy.
The soup is looking pretty good too.
What do you think? Did you guys have this soup growing up?
Yeah.
I think most
the thing that
Hispanic people did.
The thing that I remember the most is when my mom pours the tomato.
The tomato broth?
The tomato broth, and you can smell that the smell of the oil hitting the tomato. That's the best part. Then you know it's gonna be ready soon.
The way we used to eat it, we used to make a Mexican coleslaw, which I'm gonna make for you one of these days. So our Mexican coleslaw doesn't have any creamy ingredients to it. It's just tomatoes, onions, coleslaw, and we put vinegar and lime juice. And then we used to top the soup with that. Oh my god, it was so fucking good. Or you can put a dollop of sour cream in there if you don't have the Mexican coleslaw, but it's really good.
Or with the pork skin too.
Yeah. See, my peppers are pretty much, this one is done, so I'm just throwing it over here. And I'm gonna put another one. And I'm gonna keep on going till my peppers are all roasted.
Let's get one more drink.
Cheers. Come out pretty good, right? I'm telling you, don't buy ginger beer. Buy soda water or sparkling water and make your own syrup. It makes a big difference. And the longer you let it sit there, the ginger in the syrup, more intense it becomes. I mean, it's just so good. I will never buy ginger beer again.
Cheers.
Okay, we're gonna check on our soup. It's been simmering for about 10 to 12 minutes now. It smells amazing. And what we're gonna do, it looks pretty much done, but I just wanna make sure we're not lacking any salt. So I'm gonna take a little bit out of the broth. And we're gonna put a little bit more. Maybe like a teaspoon. And since I put more salt, I'm just gonna let it simmer for about 5 more minutes. So that's how we'll incorporate for the rest of the soup and then turn it off. I have my peppers here. They have been sweating for about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna start the peeling process. I'm gonna bring them to my cutting board because I'm gonna peel them right here. But before I do that, this is where I'm gonna cook my rajas poblanas. I'm gonna put my pot on the stove. I don't have a smaller pot, I wish I did, but so if you have a smaller pot, by all means, this is a little bit too big. And I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, so it'll start heating up. Now I'm gonna come here. Wait, I can't tell. I'm gonna get my peppers. The easiest way to peel peppers when they're roasted, because you want to get all that skin that it's burnt out. This way, and the fastest, most people like to do this, It takes too long. Get a knife, run it down, and it'll come right off. See all that? Then what we do is just take the dead skin, put it back in the bag. I mean, how simple is that? It didn't even take me 1 minute to do that. So we're gonna peel them all, and then after that we're gonna strip them. Like, make strips, not strip them. Because we already did that a little bit. I'm full of jokes today, aren't I? Okay, so I peeled my peppers. I'm gonna start cutting them into strips. So what you want to do is run your knife on top of the pepper by what the stem of the pepper is. Take that out. It's in the garbage, and we're gonna cut it open, turn it around, and then just run your knife across, and it'll make these long strips. You can serve this dish with like Mexican rice or any type of rice that you like, actually. Or you can make pork chops or, you know, some sort of steak. I honestly, what I like to do is make tacos out of it. Just grab a tortilla and put some of these poblanas inside and go to town. You can never go wrong with tacos. Okay, so I stripped all my peppers. My oil is pretty hot right now. I'm gonna throw this right into the oil. You hear that sizzle? What I'm gonna do now is put some salt to your liking. And we're gonna let those fry for a minute while we get this rest of the stuff ready. I'm going to crack 6 eggs in there. Might seem like a lot, but remember it's 10 large poblano peppers. So we'll put some eggs in there. I'm gonna grab my salt and I'm gonna put about a half a teaspoon of salt. Remember, every time you put something into the pot, you need to season it. And then we're gonna scramble our eggs because we want them to be fluffy. These are pretty beaten. This smells absolutely delicious. And now we're gonna throw our eggs right into it. What I like to do is get a little bit of water, because eggs love water. They become fluffier and lighter. Just throw it right in there. And then we're gonna cover this for a couple of minutes. And while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna grab some fresco cheese. And you can put as much cheese as you like. There's no limit on the cheese. If you like things super cheesy, then go for it. This is fresco cheese, so I got my cheese grater and I'm just gonna run it down, or you can just scramble it with your fingers. I like to put it through the grater because it's more of an even, cheesy top. You know what I mean? We're gonna our eggs already started to cook. Gotta be careful, you don't want the egg to stick in the bottom because it will burn. We're gonna let them cook for a couple more minutes. So these are pretty much done. The only thing we have to do is put the cheese right on top. So you gotta remember, cheese could be salty as well, so you gotta have a balance between the cheese, egg, and the, so don't overdo it. So that's perfect. Now we're just gonna grab our cheese, put it right on top. And we're gonna turn it off and then just let it sit there for about 5 minutes until the cheese gets melted on top, and then we're gonna eat after that. I'm gonna get this cleaned and then we'll show you how we're gonna eat this. Alright, we're about to have dinner. We have our Poblanas here, our soup. I heat up some tortillas, so what I'm going to do is gonna make myself a taco of the Poblanas. And we have some avocado, so I'm gonna put a couple of slices of avocado. Because avocado goes with everything, right? And then I'm gonna put a pound. It's so good. The eggs are nice and floppy and moist. The poblano rajas, they have that smokiness from the being charred on the stove. The cheese is perfect, and the avocado, I mean, it just goes really well together.
And the soup is really good too. With the soup is delicious. I really feel like putting tomato paste into your soups that are a brothy soup and a cream soup. It really gives it a nice texture to the broth. And not only that, but tomato paste, I don't know if you guys know what it is. It's a bunch of tomatoes that have been roasted forever until they become a puree or a paste. And I mean, that's a lot of flavor. So, make it at home. Give us your comments. And don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe. Tell all your friends about us. And thank you for your support. And buen provecho. See you again soon. Thank you.